Welcome to Clarksville Academy. And this game tonight between the Fort Campbell Falcons and the Clarksville Academy Cougars, we're excited for our second game of the regular season. And the Falcons are back in the locker room. They'll be coming out in just a few minutes. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kevin Lady. With me is Justin Goodman. And thanks for being here, Justin.
Oh, of course. Nice to be here, Kevin. Excited for a nice game.
Last week, the Falcons did not have a great night. They lost to the Northwest Vikings from Clarksville, and it was not the best game in the world. It started out great first quarter. Everything looked like it was on track, and then second quarter, a couple of things happened. Falcons had a long drive, did not come away with any points, and the offense for Northwest suddenly sped up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And when they sped up, and we were making substitutions on the defensive line, and it just looked like we were playing catch up. And all of a sudden, they were able to just move the ball at will for the rest of the game. And so, not the greatest game to open the season, but now we're hoping to get back on track against the Cougars of Clarksville Academy.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of lessons learned last week. You know, like you said, once the Northwest started speeding up, we were seeing defensive line changes every play. So hopefully, we learn from our mistakes, and this week we come back and we bounce back. There was a lot of good positives on the run side last week as well. So hopefully we just take those positives and we build on them this week.
Fort Campbell and Clarksville have played 5 times before in the entire history of the schools, which is surprising to me a little bit, just because of how close the schools are. You know, it's a local school, also a small school.
Mm-hmm.
You would think there'd be a natural rivalry, but we actually haven't played them all that much. Last year, we actually played Clarksville Academy at Fryer Stadium at Fort Campbell and lost 45-0. It was not our finest hour. So we're going to be trying to bounce back from that loss last year with a win tonight.
Yep.
Last week, in addition to Fort Campbell losing, Clarksville Academy also lost. They actually were scheduled to play another team. That team canceled the game, and so Clarksville Academy could have won by forfeit, but instead they quickly pivoted, found another team, Joe Burns High School, that did not have a game, and they quickly pivoted, came up here and played, and they beat Clarksville Academy 42-0.
Oh wow!
So Clarksville Academy also with a tough start to the season, and so both teams 0-1 on the season and hoping to bounce back with a win tonight. We have several Falcon starters who are out tonight with various injuries. Why don't you tell us a little bit of something of who those injuries are?
So right now, the 2 big names that are out this week are Carday Smith and Isaiah Messer-Cruz. So we're down our quarterback and our running back. Our running back, Carday Smith, last week had 31 yards. Or 71 yards, 71 yards on 11 rushes. So that's a big chunk of our running offense from last week. And Isaiah Messer-Cruz, who practiced all summer to be the quarterback, and he's out this week. So we're going to see a lot of pivots tonight. We're going to see what we can do with some.
Yeah, so without Carday Smith, more of the load probably fall to Carson McClellan.
Yep.
And
Hayden Wise.
And the quarterback is going to be our other H-back, Hayden Wise, who is going to move from the H-back position to the quarterback position. He told me in class today, Jordan, that he has not played quarterback since he was 9 years old.
Okay.
So,
let's see it.
He did.
He did great last week. He had 4 rushes for 1 yard, so we know he has some moves on him.
Yeah.
So, let's see if he can, put all them together.
That's right. We do have some other starters who are also out. So, in addition to Isaiah and Carday, Amari Large, who plays a lot of cornerback, and periodically comes in at wide receiver. He's going to be out. One of our offensive linemen, Jason Perry, he's going to be out. And one of our backup wide receivers, Jeremiah Davis, also out tonight. So we're going to be starting tonight, offense and defense together. We're going to be starting 4 freshmen and 4 sophomores in addition to our upperclassmen.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be an interesting time to see how well our team is prepared and able to pivot off of the injury bug.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, also with our injury bug, Clarksville Academy only has 18 people on their roster. So this will also be really interesting to see how we play against someone who's going to play strongman, essentially.
That's right. And, you never know. They may be exactly 18 people. So,
exactly.
So you can't take anything away from 18.
Not at all.
It might be the right 18. So we'll have to watch.
And you know, sometimes when you have those 18, they have a little bit more grit. So we'll see though.
The captains are getting ready to head out onto the middle of the field in just a few minutes. Captains for tonight's game for the Falcons: Hayden Wise, the pressed into service quarterback, typical H-back for the Falcons. He's going to be one of our captains, along with
Jackson
McGorry, who is the other H-back for our offense. He's going to be out there. Carson McClellan, who was our second leading rusher and scored our lone touchdown last week.
Yep.
And of course, Mason, is that Mason Galloway? It looks like Mason
It's
Galloway.
Carlo, number 34, Carlos.
Oh, 34. I'm so
kicker.
So Carlos Hermosillo, one of my favorite kids. He's our place kicker. And also, by the way, scored 2 goals for our soccer team the other night. Also.
Nice.
So
That's
he
awesome.
plays both soccer and football, and is actually a very good place kicker. If we can just snap the ball correctly to our holder, then he could probably do that.
Hopefully,
but he's got a little bit of a leg on him, so
that's good.
That's great. Carlos is going to be one of our captains as well.
Hey, Kevin, field goals win games. Last night, the 49er Raider game, I think there was 12 field goals between the two teams.
Oh, my goodness.
So I think so.
We're going to step aside for just a moment while the national anthem is performed here in the stadium. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back to Clarksville Academy, and Kevin Lady with you, along with Justin Goodman,
We're good.
and we are just about 3 minutes away from uh, the start of tonight's game. The Falcons have just won the toss and have elected to receive the opening kickoff, and they're going to be ready to get going. We'll see just what Fort Campbell can do tonight. Tonight at Clarksville Academy, they're having their back to school bash, and um, as they welcomed all of their fall sports, just like Fort Campbell is going to be doing next week. Next week, of course, next Friday is going to be the Army Bowl. Fort Knox comes down, our annual rivalry game, playing it super early this year. And so at halftime of next week's game at Friar Stadium, we're going to be recognizing all of the fall sports teams at halftime of that game. And so that's always the biggest game of the year, and we're looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, what an exciting game! Have two military installations come together and play high school football. It's just super exciting. Can't wait for next week.
Yep. All right, so clock counts down. We were under 2 minutes to go until the start of the game. We'll have a TSSAA officiating crew. We don't play many games in Tennessee, so we don't see very many Tennessee officials, but we're on Clarksville's home field, so we get to have a TSSAA crew that we don't know. We've never dealt with these guys, so
Let's see.
good luck to all the officials. And we had a great live rendition of the national anthem. A lot of people here at Clarksville Academy.
Great atmosphere.
And it's a terrific atmosphere. Great for small school, high school football.
Yeah,
it's just the best.
It really is
just the best. Before I joined Dodia as a teacher and then started doing this, I was a high school official.
Okay.
And let me tell you something. My favorite thing in the world is before a game when I was a back judge and you're just sitting there and all the grass is mowed and it's cool because the sun's just gone down, and it's the absolute best.
Oh, and I
So
can imagine.
that is just
This
as
is a
good as it
beautiful
gets.
field, so I'm excited for football. It's definitely got me pumped up for tonight.
You bet. Back deep for the Falcons. You've got right in the middle. You've got Levi Cruz, and then flanked on his sides are Brandon Murray and Kieran Pauley, up about 10 yards from him. So we'll see how the kickoff comes. We're ready now for tonight's opening kickoff for tonight's game. And we're glad you're here with us. So they look left and right, and they are all set for the kick.
Yep, and there's the whistle.
Looks like it's going to be taken by Kieran Pauley.
Kieran
Picks it up about the 22. Big collision,
hit.
about the 26-yard line. And he's taken down with a good tackle, but the kid who made the tackle looks like he's going to be on the ground for a little while. So I think Kieran saw that hit coming and decided that he was going to give as
Brace
good as he
for
got.
impact. Yeah.
And so he lowered his shoulder. And
Looks like we have number 20 down.
so
Aiden Guerrero Rojas.
so we've got the trainer headed out there to check him out. Hopefully he'll be okay. They do not have too many players to replace anybody that gets hurt. So we're waiting to see how he's going to do. Let's step away for just a second, and we'll come back as soon as he is up off the field. We'll be right back on the Falcon Radio Network. back on Falcon Radio, and the injured player, Aiden Rojas, is walking off the field now. And so the Falcons offense is on the field and looks like they are ready to go. Hayden Wise back at quarterback, an unfamiliar sight for Falcon fans.
Yeah.
But he's back there ready. And we've got Antonio Knott split out to the near side, Levi Cruz out wide. They've got three wide receivers out left.
Coming out trips left, putting the right receiver in motion.
And he's giving it to Antonio Knott,
Antonio Knott is
off to the – oh, they've got a flag. We're going to get called for a hold. Antonio is going to run all the way downfield, but it is definitely coming back. There is definitely a hold that's going to be called. Yeah, we've got a hold, and that is going to come back. Y'all might as well just go ahead and pick the ball up and bring it back.
Oh, yeah. Great play design.
So he had a great cut, and it looks like he cut inside a hold. So
yeah,
that's going to be a 10-yard penalty. And so we're going to replay first down, and it'll be first down and 20.
That trips looks like it kind of shocked Clarksville. It looks like when they came out there, they didn't know how to line up. So let's see how they react to it now and see if we run the same play again.
So Keon White is inside slot, and
it looks like
there we go.
Yep, Brody Dunn is in the middle.
So Brody Dunn in the middle slot.
Levi
Cruz out wide. They're still in that trip formation to the left with Carson in the backfield next to Hayden and Antonio Knott down by himself. Hayden fumbles the snap, and he is down, and he's going to lose about another 10 yards. So we're going to have first down and 30. He kept fighting. I think he probably should have just gone down as soon as he got the ball. But he kept fighting, and so he kept losing his progress further back because he kept fighting to get away. And so first down, second down now, and a little 32 yards to go or so. All right, so let's see if he can handle the snap this time. All right, and he loses it again. Picks it up. He's going to run it out of the end zone.
He gets out of the end zone.
So he does get out of the end zone. So that's two snaps in a row. They're going out of the shotgun, and both of those two snaps, the ball has come back to him, and it hits him in the hands, and he's dropped it. So I'm sure nerves are playing a big part in that.
Looks like they're making some adjustments. Looks like one of the linemen's coming out. They're bringing a lineman in.
Yeah, so we've got quite a few adjustments being made. So the Falcons are still at the 5-yard line. It's going to be third down and 32 yards to go. I would think they're just going to try to get some room to be able to punt it.
Yeah, and they got two receivers on both sides now instead of that trips formation. Good height, good catch. Hayes is looking to throw it.
And it's incomplete over the head of McClellan, who had come and run a little drag route across the middle. And so that's incomplete. So the Falcons are going to send in the punt team, and Carlos Hermosillo is going to be punting from the end zone. So I'm sure Coach Mitchell's going to be on the sideline talking with
Hayden
and everybody, just trying to get him calmed down, and so that
I mean, coming out.
They're practicing some snaps over there.
Yeah.
So here's the snap to Carlos, and he gives a pretty good boot, and it's going to come down at the 44, and it's going to roll over onto just over onto the Clarksville Academy side of the field. So start from their own 49. It's a good field possession for them, but that's a win for
absolutely, yeah,
for the Falcons after the disaster of their first series.
And it looks like there's a flag down, so let's see what this is.
Looks like some kind of illegal procedure penalty. We're going to see if they're going to make them ask the Falcons to re-kick.
No.
Or if they're just going to take the ball. They're going to decline it and take the ball, it looks like. So an illegal procedure penalty of some sort, maybe a formation penalty or something like that against the Falcons, and not something that a dead ball foul that would have. Oh, and it looks like they went ahead and advanced the ball an extra yard and give it to them at exactly the 50-yard line. So 50 yards to go for the Cougars, and the Falcons are ready on defense.
The Cougars are coming out with a full house backfield. All three running backs lined up right next to each other.
No wide receivers at all. And looks like it's a dive.
Right up the middle for about 4 yards.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 6 from about the 46-yard line. So, yeah, they just put all seven offensive linemen and the quarterback and three men up. So triple option, maybe. I don't know if that's their typical offense.
I'm not sure, but they have all three running backs right next to each other.
Yep.
So I'm interested to see how this progresses through the night. Coming to the line, it looks like they're going to be in the same exact formation.
Yep.
Tight line in those
Yeah,
three.
it's not in a triangle like a triple option. They're just three across in the backfield.
And they're like 2 yards off the quarterback.
Another dive, and he's brought down after a gain of 2, brought down by Levi Cruz and Nathan Phoebus. And so it's going to be 3rd down and just under 5 yards to go. That time the carry by Greg Williams of the Cougars. And so 3rd down and 4.
I'm interested to see how this progresses through the night. The quarterback's coming over to the sideline.
Right.
Now the first 3 plays they get to play.
Yep.
Giving Fort Campbell a lot of time to rest, giving their team a lot of time to rest. We'll see how this affects.
There's only six seconds left on the play clock. They get it off. This time it is number 10, who's Lucas Gow.
Immediately hit
but
by
he is
Ethan
dropped
McQuaid.
right on the line. It's going to be 4th down and 5 yards. It was a loss of 1. And so it's 4th down and 5. But I can't imagine they would punt. I've got to guess at this part of the field they're going to go for it.
Yeah. Especially after the drive, Fort Campbell just had they had a very promising first play, but they just kept going backwards. So let's see. Looks like they're going to go for it. The quarterback's going back to the huddle right now.
Fort Campbell's defensive coordinator didn't make the trip. He's injured or sick. And so it looks like Coach Mitchell is calling the defensive plays from the sideline. So he's going to be handle offensive and defensive coordinator stuff. So quarterback's back pass and then the call. Oh no, man. I don't know. So pass interference is going to be the call. Quarterback Aiden White rolled out and threw. It was a bang play, but they are going to call pass interference and say that
Keon White got there.
Keon White got there early. That was really close. It was very close. That was a pass to Lucas Gow, but they're going to give him a pass interference penalty. So 15 yards and a 1st down for the Cougars. And the Cougars are going to set up on the 30-yard line. And a new set of downs.
That play for Clarksville Academy looked very crisp, so I'm interested to see if they're going to try to pass some more, if they're going to run with the that full house backfield some more. And they passed out of the full house. Yep. So that was very interesting as well.
Plenty of clock. Quarterback is watching that play clock go down. And now he's set. And Carson McClellan brings down Cam Watson after a gain of about 3 yards or so. 2 yards. And so it's going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Cougars.
Just based off this first drive, Kevin, Clarksville is going to use the possession. If they can get a touchdown in and just milk this clock, that might be their game plan, especially with the roster.
Yeah. Want to slow the game down and limit the number of possessions.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I was actually surprised in our possession that, obviously after we were backed up, then it looked like we were going to be passing on consecutive plays. All right, so another great stand by the Falcons. They stacked the runner up after a gain of about one, maybe 1.5.
Yeah.
So looks like it's going to be a 3rd down and 6 or 7.
Yeah,
about 3rd down and 7. 3rd and 7. So they're getting a 3rd down. There's not another pass interference penalty.
Absolutely.
And
our defensive line and our Mike linebacker, man, they're just having a night tonight.
They're doing great.
They're meeting right at the line. Let's see if we keep up.
All right. So White gets under center, and he's going to pull out to his left, and he is going, and he's going to be taken down. Nathan Feets had a hold of him, broke for that, but that slowed down enough that a whole host of Falcons were able to come in. Jackson McGorry and Levi Cruz and Tim McQuigg, they all came in. They brought him down for a loss, and so it's going to be 4th down and 9 to 29. So Falcon defense looking strong on this opening drive. Just got to avoid that penalty. Two penalties in this game have really hurt the Falcons. That holding penalty on the first offensive play of the game, the pass interference call. So they're going to need to clean up that. And if they do that, it looks like they've got a hold of what they need to be doing. They just got to clean up those penalties. Drops it down and picks it up, and the Falcons are immediately through the line on the fumbled snap. And it looks like Julius Jessup, senior defensive lineman, comes in and does a great job of bringing down the quarterback as he drops the snap. And so the Falcons are going to take over. 1st down and 10 at the 35-yard line. So let's see if this possession goes a little bit better. There's 4:56 to go in the first quarter. So we've had 7 minutes run off the clock and only 1 possession each.
Yeah.
So far.
And Fort Campbell comes out in that trips formation again. Let's see if they
and a flag has been thrown. And they're going to be called for too many men on the field. That's an illegal substitution. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. They had 12 men in. They're going to say 12 men in the huddle. And so they had an extra receiver who ran off after they'd already broken the huddle. So 1st down and 15. So the 3rd penalty of the night. That's Falcons.
There's a little confusion.
It looks like it. So Antonio Knott stood up and looked backwards for something. A timeout was called. So I think what it was Antonio saw that the coaches wanted a timeout. He turned to try to timeout. The officials on this side didn't realize that's what he was doing, so they threw the flag. They thought it was a false start, but it turned out it was just calling a timeout. So Coach Mitchell has called a timeout, and so that's the first timeout of the half for the Falcons. We'll be right back on the Falcon Radio Network. Back out of the timeout, and now the Falcons are lining up, and Keon White in the slot on the left, along with Levi Cruz, Antonio Knott, single wide on the near side. So McClellan gets the handoff and is immediately dropped
by CG Penny.
CG Penny,
about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage,
who completely untouched and comes right through. I'd have to look to see if that was designed for him, if it was designed for him to go untouched, and we just expected him to make one miss. But
I don't even know where he came from.
He came from that end linebacker, that up linebacker position, right on the line, and he was just unblocked. All right, so Hayden takes the snap, and it's a keeper, and he has gotten in behind everybody. He goes to the left sideline, and he's going to outrun everybody. I see no flags this time.
No flags on the field.
And so Hayden Wise takes it. It looks like 75 yards for the first Falcon touchdown of the game. So it was a keeper. He faked to McClellan and then pulled it, and they all crashed on Carson, and he just took it up the field, broke it to the outside, and I don't think they even realized until he was 10 yards down the field.
It looks like with the new quarterback, it looks like they're bringing back the run pass option.
That's right. That's exactly right. So 6-0 now the score. Hayden is now going to hold for Carlos, and we'll see if we're able to get the snap down and get a successful kick. And there's a timeout called. A timeout called by the Falcons on the point after try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 11 on the field. I don't know what that was about, but we're going to take a timeout with them, and we'll be back on the Falcon Radio Network. Back from timeout, 6-0, and we're ready for the point after try. So Wise back down to his knee. Carlos Hermosillo back to kick for the Falcons. Looks like the snap is good, but Carlos kicks it under the crossbar, and so it's going to remain 6-0. So the Falcons, once again, 2 timeouts called early in the game. So we still have 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, and the Falcons are down to 1 timeout for the half. So that bit us last week when we were with less than a minute to go at the end of the first half, and we didn't have a timeout, and we only got 1 play off in 17 seconds.
Yep.
And we just weren't able to get the ball punched in. We had a
great momentum.
Yeah, I was talking. If you remember that play, so Hayden, was the H-back, and he had sort of leaked out and run a little corner route.
Oh yeah.
And Isaiah tried to get the ball over the linebacker, and Hayden's balance was just off. He just couldn't bring it in. But Hayden was talking to me on Monday. Broken play. They made it up.
Oh wow!
Because there was only 17 seconds. They didn't have any idea what to run, so they went out and they were just like, let's just try something. And so they made that up entirely on the fly. Hayden's like, I'm going to go do a corner. And Isaiah was like, okay.
That's awesome.
And it almost worked. It almost worked exactly.
Yeah. And that drive, there was such amazing momentum on that drive, but lack of timeouts really stalled it.
It really did. All right, so Carlos is back to kick for the kickoff now. And so the kick is away. And he kicks it. Oh, nice kick. Oh, it's a coffin kick. It is going to go. Oh, man. Oh. He picks it up at the 1 yard line. And the Falcons swarm him at about the 12-yard line or so, just in front. So that ball, he kicked it away from the returners. It went down into the corner. It was headed straight for the pylon and came to a dead stop inside the 1 yard line, right near the sideline.
That was a perfect kick.
It was.
I've never seen anything like it.
The returner had to pick it up and try to run it, or else it was going to be dead at the 1. And so he runs it back. He gets it out to about the 12. And so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cougars.
Wow.
But the Falcons have pinned the Cougars back deep in their own territory.
That was an amazing play. If one of those Falcons would have got there, they would have had the ball on the 1, if not a touchdown.
Yeah, just a great kick.
The Cougars come out again in the
full house.
Yep, full house, and they're going to stick to it and run the clock down.
All right, so right up the middle, and looks like the Falcons get them down after a gain of about 3 yards or so. Yeah, so you're going to put the ball down at the 15-yard line. A gain of 3, it'll be 2nd down and 7. So they're they're continuing to test the middle of that defense. I guess hoping that it'll eventually be softened and that their offensive line will open a hole. So far, both the line and the linebackers are doing a good job of closing all of that down.
As soon as the ball is hiked there in the backfield, it's really fun to watch. So we'll see if they get tired at all. Right up the middle again.
And looks like he might be close to a first down. Might be a gain of about 5, possibly 6.
Yeah, it's going to be about 3rd and 2.
Kieran Pauley and Nathan Phoebus are handling the duties on the outside. So they've got contain responsibilities so they would typically, I guess, be running corner, but right now they're just watching contain because there's no receivers for them to cover. So they're just playing contain on the outside. And so far they have not been able to, they haven't even attempted to go outside except on a couple of rollouts by the quarterback. And on the last series, Nathan was able to get to the quarterback when he rolled out to his side. So doing a good job of contain.
They are.
And so this time they go to the right.
Get the first down.
And they do get the first down. It's gain of about 5. So the ball is going to be marked at about the 24-yard line. And so the Cougars, with a very methodical first, second, and third down, able to get a first down. Nothing broken long. Everything's 3 and 4 yards at a time. So they might be content to just try to gain 3 and 4 yards at a time.
Yep. If they can gain the 3 yards of play,
long.
yeah. If they can gain that 3 yards of play, they'll get the first down and just keep the ball moving.
There's to the trail back and hand off to the trail back, gains 4 to 5 yards. So, yeah, this is very much like a triple option. They're just running the same play over and over. You just don't know if they're
who's getting the ball,
who's going to get it. And it's either going to be given to the front back or the middle or the trail, and you just never know where it's going to go. And sometimes it's a misdirection. Sometimes you got lead blockers, and so they're just trying to do a power run, almost off tackle, almost every single play.
Every single play. And they're passing out of this formation. So, the defense is going to have to stay on their toes.
Right up the middle to the middle back, and looks like it's another gain of about 4 yards. So it looks like we're going to have third down and about 2 yards to go. This is neither here nor there, but I got to tell you, as a math teacher, I love how symmetrical their formation is. They've got 3 on one side, 3 on the other, 3 directly behind the quarterback. Nothing unbalanced.
It's perfect.
It looks like a normal curve. It's so beautiful.
It looks like they're going to let this time run out. Oh, the play clock. There looks like there might be a second.
Looks like they're going to be calling a timeout. The coach is waving the team over to the sideline. Oh, that's going to be the end of the quarter.
Yeah, they're going to let it run out.
So they're going to run the quarter out, and we're going to have the end of the first quarter. So as the first quarter runs out, after the first 12 minutes of play, your score, Fort Campbell 6, Clarksville Academy 0. We'll be right back on the Falcon Radio Network. We're back at Clarksville Academy, where the Cougars of Clarksville Academy are going to have a 3rd down and 2 at their own 33-yard line. Falcons pinned them deep after their kickoff after they scored down at the 12. Falcons are doing a good job of keeping them contained, but they are gaining about 4 to 5 yards per play. So they're just very slowly and methodically working the ball down the field. So there's a handoff. They had a different quarterback in. No, they didn't. No, I apologize. They did not. It was still Jaden White. And
Cam Watson got the first down on that run.
That's right. So handed it off. They allowed the guy coming after the quarterback to just come through, and he put a hit on the quarterback just after he handed the ball off. And then a gain of about 5 yards, maybe 6. And so now it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line for Clarksville Academy. God bless it. The sun went down, and it's so much nicer.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
The sun was right in the press box face during all of pregame warm-ups, and then just before the game started, the sun went behind the trees, and now it is beautiful. What a tremendous play.
Sam Suapilumai crushed that play. As soon as the ball was hiked, he was in the backfield.
Yeah, Jackson Dernicourt, he shot that gap, and he helped out with that. He's the same guy that had taken the quarterback on the last play. And this time, it just so happened that the quarterback gave it right to the dive guy, and it was right in Jackson's face. And so he was like, fine, I'll take it. And so that was it was a beautiful play. So they lost a 2 for the Cougars, 2nd down and 12 from their own 37-yard line or so.
This type of offense is a defensive line's dream. They just get to just be in the play every single play.
Oh, so the Falcons. So the quarterback's trying to get outside, and he is finally taken down by Levi Cruz. So immediately, the Falcons did not play their normal defense. They've typically been playing 4 linemen, 3 linebackers, but they put everybody on scrimmage, and they were immediately through the gaps.
Yeah.
That was actually going to be a pass play, and they were immediately in the backfield. Their quarterback did a great job of avoiding several Falcons who were in the backfield trying to get him.
Yeah, because he rolled right, and there was nobody even over here.
Exactly right. And he went left to the wide part of the field, and Levi Cruz was there to meet him and drop him after a game 2. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10 for the Cougars from the 38-yard line or so. So let's see what the Falcons can do. They're crowding the line again. They are not expecting a pass at all. It is going to be a pass, but he's taken tremendous play by Kieran Pauly. Came up from his from his corner position. He did not go with the receivers. He went straight at the quarterback.
He did.
And he took out his legs just as he was trying to throw the ball. The ball landed about 10 yards short of his intended target. And so it's going to be 4th down and 10. And so the Cougars are sending in the team.
It looks like Coach Mitchell made an adjustment. He's just going to crowd the box all night now, which looks like if that's going to work, it's going to work. So,
yeah, for a while he was content just to let them run the clock, but then he decided that, you know what, we can take care of business.
Oh yeah, those last 2 plays he sent at least 8 people.
So Falcons not rushing the punt. There's the kick, and it's going to come down. Levi Cruz is going to field it at the 27-yard line, and he is coming up the sideline, and he is going to be brought down at the 45. So nice little return. Gets about 18 yards or so on the return. So the Falcons will have it 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. And Levi realizes that since he's the split out wide, he just stays right where he got tackled, and that's his position. He doesn't even have to move. Oh, now he's going to go back to the huddle. Alas for Levi.
Let's see what we come out in this time. Looks like we're going to come out in 2 wide receivers on the right side.
Levi by himself this time. So now the slot receivers on Antonio's side, and Levi's alone. So Carson McClellan with the carry and
bounced it outside.
And there's going to be a hold.
Yep, there's a flag on the play.
So Keon White is going to be called for a hold. Yeah, McClellan. Oh, they're going to throw. There's another flag. So we're going to have
2 flags.
Offsetting penalties. So Carson McClellan took it all the way to the house. Keon White committed a hold right over about 7 yards downfield.
Yep.
And so there was a flag called on his hold. Carson McClellan went all the way down and scored, but after he was already 8 yards deep in the end zone, a Cougar came along and put an extra hit on him long after the play was over. So a flag was thrown on that for a late hit. So if they call that a late hit, it's going to be a personal foul during the play. We'll see if they call that a dead ball foul, because if they're both live ball fouls, they'll offset. But if one is a live ball foul, one's a dead ball foul, they're going to mark them both off. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to mark off the 10 yards for the live ball foul, and then they're going to call the so that was the hold that he's calling now. And now he's going to call a dead ball foul late hit against the Cougars. And so we're going to advance the ball 15 yards. And it's going to be just shy of a first down after that. I actually think they did not get the – so they're going to – yeah, I'm not sure that they got that exactly right. Keon's penalty occurred about 5 yards further downfield.
Oh, okay. I see.
So I think that the flag – when the official threw the flag, I don't think he got the flag to the right spot, and it never got moved. So the upshot of that is it's going to be an automatic first down from the Cougar 47-yard line or so. So the Falcons have a first down after all of that. And there's another handoff to Carson McClellan. And so this time, Carson tries to bounce it outside. Keon was actually blocking inside. I think Carson probably should have cut it up inside, but he tried to go further outside, and so the defender was just able to disengage. And
they're moving the sticks.
Uh-oh.
What is going on? I've never seen it. Oh, they moved the sticks to match where the ball was at, and instead of leaving them where the original line of scrimmage was. Okay.
Yeah. So that actually makes more sense. So, yeah, they should not have given us an automatic first down on the late hit. So there's a encroachment penalty that's going to be called, and that's going to give the Falcons the first down they were looking for. Yeah, when they got the 15-yard unsportsmanlike, that should not have been an automatic first down, but they moved the sticks as if it was.
Okay.
It was actually going to be first down and 3 after both penalties got marked off. And so they put the sticks in the right spot. That was going to be 2nd and 3, but they were able to get the jump. And it looks like they've got a player. They didn't call it. There was a player who was in the neutral zone, but Hayden keeps the ball, cuts it up field, and he is finally brought down
by Lucas Gow,
but not before he's able to get about 12 yards and another Falcon first down. So yeah, you go on the other side, man. There we go. Yeah, it looked to me like the defensive end on this side was clearly in the neutral zone, like he was standing over the line, but the official didn't call it. And so now Falcons line up for first down. There's the snap, handoff to McClellan. He drags a few guys about 3 yards down the field. Looks like we're going to have about 2nd down and 7 from about the Cougar 29-yard line or so. 7:27 left. Clock is running in the second quarter. Falcons driving. Nice-looking drive.
Making some substitutions. And
so Jackson McGorry comes in, and Ethan McQuigg goes out. So McGorry's going to his regular H-back position. Since Hayden's playing quarterback, they don't have another H-back.
Yeah. Quarterback keeper.
Hayden's going to keep it. He bounces it outside and cuts it inside, and now he is about 8 yards down. Some moves, and he breaks free, and what a great run. Just several broken tackles along the way. Hayden is showing
his athleticism,
tremendous vision and balance as he's running the ball from that quarterback position. So that's going to be a 1st and goal for the – is it 1st and goal? Nope, it's going to be 1st and 10 from about the 12-yard line or so. And so the Falcons line up. There's the snap. He keeps it again, and he's not going to –
maybe
it's like he gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1 or 2. And so maybe going to the well one too many times. But you know what? My coaches always used to tell me, run it until they stop it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Just run it until they stop it.
Broke, don't fix it.
So down and looks like about 9 or so, maybe a slight gain on the play from about the 11-yard line. Did he get the ball? That's got to not be part of the play assignment somewhere.
It looks like we moved Sam Suapilamai onto that.
10 seconds on the play clock. Wise moves McClellan over to his left side. Down to 2. There's the snap. And once again,
C.G. Penny
just shoots up unblocked and gets McClellan the moment that the ball gets to him.
4th down.
So it's going to be 4th down and about 12.
And they bring out Carlos to.
Yep, Carlos Hermosillo comes out. So it looks like the Falcons are going to attempt a field goal. Looks like this is going to be about a 30-yarder or so. The snap, and it's down, and Carlos kicks, and that time it is right through the middle. It's into the woods behind the football field, and so the Falcons go up 9-0 with 4:30 to go in the second quarter. We'll be right back on the Falcon Radio Network. Back at Clarksville Academy, where the Falcons have taken a 9-0 lead with 4:30 to go in the first half. After the 30-yard field goal by Carlos Hermosillo, he's now also back to kickoff. Falcons are lining up for the kickoff. We were told before the game that the scoreboard would only show the time, but it looks like they've got the score working. It is, in fact, 9-0. So
let's see what Carlos does with this kick. That last kick was one of the best I've ever seen, so I'm very excited to see what he does with this one.
He kicks like a little pooch kick just over the second. It's going to go out of bounds. It was a nice little pooch kick. It went over the second line's head, between the second line and the deep line, and it landed at about the 20-yard line, but it rolled out of bounds. So it's going to be brought out probably to the 35-yard line.
Yeah.
They have a choice of 3 different options: re-kick, or taking it at the 35. I'm guessing they're just going to take it at the 35. Probably too far to have the free kick after the fair catch.
We got about 4:30 left in the second quarter.
All right, so Falcons are lining up. They're crowding the line like they did on that last. So, met immediately, and Jackson Dernicourt once again drops the ball carrier. He is shooting that gap. They've got so many people across the line of scrimmage. It looks like it's really confusing the offensive linemen of the Cougars. They don't know exactly who to block. Jackson is getting off that block so fast, and he is untouched, and he's meeting the ball carrier the moment the ball goes into his hand. So Dernicourt with several great plays here in the last couple of decent plays for the Falcons.
Yeah, what a great adjustment by Coach, stacking the line and forcing them almost out of their game plan. So let's see if they keep running the ball like they have been, because rushing 8 people is just seeming to really disrupt.
We're back into the 4-3. So, nope, it's going to be a pass. And so he's going to be brought down. Oh, the ball is loose. Oh, they're
Called him
going to
down.
call it down. Oh, my goodness. Sam Stuapilamai and Kieran Pauley brought him down. He could not escape. Kieran Pauley had a hold of him briefly, and then that held him up, and Sam crushed him, and it looked like the ball came out, but they said that he was down before the ball hit the ground. We definitely had picked that up.
Keon White
picked that ball up.
Go.
He was going to be off. But that's a big loss on the play, so it's going to be third down and about 15 for the Cougars. The Falcons doing a great job on defense these last two possessions. And quarterback's to hurry. He's only just now getting to the huddle with the play, and there's only 8 seconds on the play clock.
Let's see. Luckily, he's in formation, so
he gets it off. Oh, and that time, so the quarterback was running to the right. One of the back was running out like an option back, but he slowed down, and the quarterback ran right into him as he was looking to throw, and it knocked the ball out of his hand. He was able to pick the ball up, but then he was immediately swarmed by more Falcons. So another loss of 3 on the play. And so it's going to be fourth down and about 16, 18 or so.
they're
10, 15. Yeah, about 18. So fourth down and 18. And so the Cougars are back to punt, and Levi Cruz is back deep to receive. Last time the Falcons did not rush the punter. They are rushing it this time. So a little soccer-style kick, and Keon White catches it. He's the up man, and so he returns it to the 30-yard line, but there is a flag that has been thrown far away from the play. I'm not sure what that's going to be.
Maybe a block in the back? I don't know.
Maybe.
Let's see.
It's like a block in the back against the Falcons. Okay.
Yeah. Keon White caught that ball and immediately stopped. Yeah, he's surprised.
Yeah, he was the first blocker. He's the up man. He wasn't intended to, but the kick was short, and so he just jumped up, caught it, and started running. So I did not see the block in the back, but I will trust that they're correct. And so 10 yards are marked off, and the Falcons are going to start first down and 10 from the Cougar 39-yard line. Great field position for the Falcons to start this possession. 1:51 to go in the first half.
Levi Cruz is out wide, and he is untouched. There's nobody out here. So it looks like they're
calling timeout. They did only had one corner to guard both Keon White and Levi Cruz. And Levi Cruz turns to the Clarksville Academy sideline and gives a thumbs up, as if to say, good job, because we were definitely going to win what was about to happen.
They could have threw a bubble screen on that one. He was
wide open. I think he probably could have just run a go route, and that would have been one of the easiest pitches and catches that we've seen. So timeout on the field. Clarksville Academy takes timeout, and we'll stay here with you during this timeout. The Falcons have plenty of time to score. They only have to go 39 yards. They've got 1:51, so plenty of time. If they can just dial this up correctly, it would be great to get another score before halftime.
Levi is coming out wide again. They got
and here comes Keon also.
But this is a mismatch.
So once again, Cam Watson again. Oh, now they have somebody out. So they have somebody guarding Levi.
I hope Coach sees this mismatch over here.
Yeah, he looks small. Looks like he's going to hand it off
to number 41.
That's Enrique Messer Cruz. So Isaiah's brother coming in to honor the family name. Looks like he's going to gain about 5 yards. So the Falcons are going to have second down and 5. This is exactly the situation that in years past the Falcons have done a hard count to try to draw the opposing team off sides and get a free first down. Oh, but there's the snap, and he is dropped immediately
by C.G. Penny. Yep. This kid is having a game.
He is having a game. He has yet to be blocked on any play of this game so far. So the Falcons call their final timeout of the half.
Okay. They said it was an official timeout. Oh, nope.
Nope.
Now
There.
they switched it.
Yep,
Yep.
that is. Yeah, we thought maybe it might be official timeout, but he definitely pointed to Fort Campbell's side. So Fort Campbell out of timeouts with 1:05 to go. It's going to be 3rd down and 5. And
36 yards to the end
hopefully
zone,
coach is telling them what to do to keep the plays going because they only have a minute 5 now. They've gained 5. They need to get a first down.
And they have to
get to the line quickly so they can get their plays off. They have no more timeouts. So we might start seeing some dropbacks and some passing.
Especially with this mismatch on this side of the field. Levi Cruz is over here. I'm not going to say he's alone, but it's looking pretty positive if it comes his way.
So the Falcons are coming out of their timeout, and they are headed to the line. Here comes Levi to the far side of the field.
Trips right.
We've got trips right.
Coach
this
is
time.
still on
so
the
Kieran
field.
Pauley is the inside slot. Antonio Knott all the way on the outside. And is that Brandon Murray? I think Brandon Murray is the middle slot.
It's definitely going to be a run
Cruz
play.
is in motion, and there's the handoff to Cruz, and he takes it. This is the same play that Antonio scored on the first play of the game, and he breaks free of a bunch of tackles, and he gets out of bounds. I don't see any flags on the play.
Nope, but we have a down
but
Cougar.
I do see an injured Cougar on the field.
Number
deep.
63, Elliott Penny.
So
pops up.
Levi with a great run.
Absolutely. He
gets
broke
first
4
down,
tackles.
and so it's going to be 1st down and 10. Oh, there is a flag on the play on the far side. Looks like right where the ball went out of bounds. So we're going to have to see what the call is. They're backing up the Falcons, a personal foul
On Fort Campbell.
A personal foul called, unknown, on the Falcons. He didn't call it a dead ball foul, so it's going to be 3rd down. It's not going to be a 1st down and then back them up. It's going to be a 3rd down. And so it looks like the injured player is out. Levi did get out of bounds, so the clock is stopped until the snap. So the Falcons are going to be 3rd down and 10 after the 15-yard penalty. It backs them up to the original sticks. Levi out wide. Trips to the right, and it's going to be all the way, and it's going to be – oh, no. So the defender, number 17, the ball goes right through his hands, and then it hits Levi, who had fallen down behind him, but Levi not able to make the catch. And so it's going to be 4th down and 10 for the Falcons at the 39. So we're going to have to –
that play was telegraphed from the beginning. As soon as they lined up, you saw it coming this way. And
yeah, there just wasn't enough on the pass.
No.
Levi was definitely behind the
absolutely.
defender, but there just wasn't enough on the pass to get it to him. So we got trips right now, and Levi out by himself. It's going to be again. Oh, we got a little screen pass, and it is dropped by McClellan, or the pass was out of his reach, and so it's incomplete. And so the Cougars are going to take over with 42 seconds. They're going to take over 1st down and 10 from the 39. Disappointing series for the Falcons.
Absolutely.
They take over with just under 2 minutes to go at the 39, and they end up right on the 39 after that penalty. Penalties have absolutely killed the Falcons tonight. Two personal foul penalties and holding penalties and an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Just so much stuff going on, the drives, and so the Falcons are going to have to rely on their defense, which has been terrific,
phenomenal, absolutely,
all night. But 42 seconds to go, and the Cougars are now.
And the Falcons aren't in a better position to let the defense win the game for them. They're up 9-0. The Cougars aren't really moving the ball that well, so let's see what we get.
And
he's passing.
Yep, looks like. So he rolled out to the right, and there were immediately Falcons all over the place. And so he ball, but he could not get anything on it. He was just under too much pressure. And so the ball landed at least 5 yards short of his target. So that stops the clock with 35 seconds to go, and 2nd down and 10.
that play, that quarterback was getting pressured, but if he would have had a little bit more time, he had one receiver who was down the field wide open. So let's see.
Yeah, they'll need to be careful not to lose track just
Exactly.
because they figure that they're going to get into the backfield and then just lose track of the receivers. They're going to have to stay at home and do their job when they go deep.
Same formation, nothing's changed.
Crowding the line, rolls
right.
right.
He has blockers
He's
this time.
And he was slowed down initially.
And he gets out of bounds.
And quarterback takes exception to being pushed out of bounds. But he is able to gain 11 yards, and that's a Cougar first down with 24 seconds to go in the half. They're right at the 50-yard line. So they still have 50 yards to go.
Yeah, and the offense
in 24 seconds.
Picked up defense very well on that play. So he had time to make that decision to drop that ball and run. So I don't know if it was a designed run play or a broken play, but he had time to make that call. So offense is waking up, it looks like.
The Falcons have one linebacker, two linebackers. Everybody else is on the line ready to rush. So they got 6 men ready to rush.
They bring 5.
And
pass complete.
Pass is complete for about 7 yards. He's brought down by Ethan McQuigg. But he's brought down in bounds, and now it's
– You stop the clock. So, they got to move it.
And so, I mean, he was definitely in bounds when he got tackled. So timeout is called by – there it is, yeah. So once they got everything set, then the official went ahead and for the timeout. I think that the Clarksville Academy sideline wanted the call to be that he was out of bounds, so they wouldn't have to take a timeout. But he was definitely tackled in bounds. So they had to call a timeout to stop the clock. And so that should be the second timeout of the half for them. They should have one left and 16 seconds to go in the half. They are at their own at the Fort Campbell 44-yard line with 16 seconds to go. So a little more excitement on this last drive. The Falcons looks like there have been some adjustments to their blocking scheme in the last couple of plays that on previous drives the Falcons would have definitely gotten home.
Absolutely.
And now there's been blockers who've been able to pick up those Falcons, and so the result has been a couple of positive plays for them, a run of 11 yards, a quick little screen style quick out pass
for 5 yards
for 5 yards. So brings up second down and just over 4 yards to go.
Both teams are making adjustments, and it's showing right here. So let's see what we get. Let's see what team makes the better adjustment.
The Falcons bring 5, and the quarterback is under duress, and he throws the ball. So he tried to just throw the ball, and it hit the ground and then was picked up. So I think they're going to be calling intentional grounding here, because there was definitely no receiver anywhere he tried to throw the ball. He was just running straight backwards.
Yeah.
And so, yes, they're calling intentional grounding. So that's going to be a loss of down. And so it's going to go on to third down. They're going to be backed up to their 35-yard line. So it's going to be third down and 25 yards to go with 7 seconds to go.
What a momentum killer. They had some momentum going in.
Yeah, I mean, he was going to go down for a sack anyway. So there's just a extra 5 yards tacked onto that for the intentional grounding. And so he was going to be down at the 40 to begin with, because Falcons really got through that line quick. And so they were able to sniff that play out. So we're going to see. So back to pass. And once again,
brought down
Julius Jessup gets in there, and he slings that quarterback to the ground. And as Kieran Pauly helps Jaden White back up, we come to the end of the first half. So at the end of the first half, Fort Campbell 9, Clarksville Academy 0. We're going to be back in a little while. So we're going to take about a 10-minute break. We have a 20-minute halftime. and then there'll be 3 minutes after that, I guess. And so we'll have 23 minutes. We'll be back in 10 to 15 minutes or so, and we'll give you some first half stats as we get ready for the second half. It's the Falcon Radio Network. Welcome back to Clarksville Academy. We're coming out of a long halftime, a long 20-minute halftime, and third quarter is about to start. The Falcons up 9-0 after half, and we've had the Falcons are going to be kicking off to start the second half, and Cougars are going to be receiving. Falcons played some great defense in that first half, and holding the Cougars scoreless. The Cougars have had 21 rushes for a net total of 6 yards, and they've had 6 passing yards. So the Cougars only with 12 net yards for the first half. Falcons, on the other hand, 103 total yards. Most of that, 91 yards rushing by Hayden Wise, filling in at quarterback due to the injury to Isaiah Messer-Cruz. So Carlos Hermosillo kicks off. Once again, it's a great kick, but it rolls long enough that it goes out of bounds. So most likely the Cougars are going to take over at the 35-yard line. Wise with 6 rushes for 91 yards and a touchdown, doing just a tremendous job on the ground.
Great half for him.
But rough passing. He's attempted 3 passes, but has not completed any. So we have 0 passing yards, but we do have 103 total yards. The big stat for the Falcons, 6 penalties, 65 yards, and almost all of them seem to come at the worst possible times.
Yeah, absolutely. At least 2 were on scoring plays.
That's right. So hopefully they get that cleaned up. I'm sure that in the long 20-minute halftime, I'm sure Coach Mitch talked to his team about that. And so we'll see what they have dialed up. The Falcons alternated on defense between a 4-3, 4-3-4, and then stacking all 3 linebackers up on the line. It looks like they are crowding the line, and the Cougars are calling a timeout before a single snap has happened in the second half.
Yeah, they were in the play, and the clock was just running down. They didn't touch the ball to get ready until there was 3 seconds on it.
They called timeout, and so they're going to talk it over for about a minute, and so we'll be right back on the Falcon Radio Network. So we're back to Clarksville Academy. Kevin Lady with you along with Jordan Goodman, and we are ready now after the timeout. The Cougars are ready to run their first play, and it's a fumble. And so the quarterback is able to pick the ball up and run left, pick up a yard or 2. So it's going to end up being 2nd down and 8. So trouble on the snap again, and the Falcons blow it up, but he's able to make a little bit of something out of it. I have to admit that this quarterback, Jaden White, he has been able to make something out of some broken plays.
He has. He has shown his athleticism tonight. Every time. I mean, not every time, but when they're going to pass it, there's somebody in the backfield chasing after him, and he's at least rolling out to attempt to pass. So he's doing very well tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they may only have had 12 net yards, but they had multiple plays that went for more than that. Another fumble on the ground, and so the Falcons are able to down it. So he falls on the snap again, and so it's going to end up being 3rd down and 11. Like I was saying, they had multiple positive yardage plays in that first half. It's just that they also had so many negative plays that it ended up canceling out. So it looks like they could never move the ball, but there were multiple times that they were able to move the ball, and Jaden White is probably the main reason why. He was able to make something out of nothing whenever things broke down. So good on him for continuing to fight and continuing to battle, but he's clearly dealing with a lot of stuff on the team, and so he's having to do a lot of things for the team. And another fumbled snap, and so Sam Suapilumai right through. They're going to call illegal procedure against the Cougars. I'm wondering if that's a dead ball. That might have been a dead ball foul. I don't think that play actually happened.
Okay.
So I think they blew the whistle and called the play dead. So that's going to back them up 5 yards. It's going to be third down and between 15, 16 yards or so. So I think I don't think they were set before before the snap came. So the Falcons are currently lined up in their 4-3, and just before the snap, sometimes two of those three linebackers crash down on the line. Another timeout called by the Cougars. It looks like one of the players is coming off, indicating that he has an equipment issue. So his helmet's coming off as they try to fix his helmet and his chest protector. I'm not really sure what's going on.
So we're just getting in that their quarterback got hurt on the last play of the first half. So this is an entirely new quarterback.
I see. So that probably accounts for all of the
timeouts.
Yeah, the timeouts and the muffed snaps and that sort of thing. It's just they've had some.
Let's see who gets back here and takes it
with all of that. They, like we said at the beginning, it looks like they dressed about 18 players or so, and I'm only seeing 3
on the sideline,
substitutes on the sideline, along with the 11 on the field. So I only see 14 players available at the moment. I don't know where the other players are. Maybe they're elsewhere getting attended to.
Let's see
if we can figure out who that new quarterback is. I can't see from here.
No.
We'll let you know as soon as we're to see that player's number.
Number 4.
So,
wow.
So Suapilumai shot a gap, grabbed quarterback. He handed the ball off to one of the backs, and so Suapilumai reached out with his hand, grabbed that guy, and held him up and pulled him down. So he made 2 tackles on the play, and it looks like there is another Cougar down, and he's going to have to be attended to by the training staff from Clarksville Academy. So we're going to step aside while they tend to the injured player on the field, and we'll be back on the Falcon Radio Network. So sophomore Cam Watson was the injured Cougar, and he's now come off the field, and the Cougars are to punt on 16.
They're fake.
And so he's going to run, but he is brought down behind the scrimmage flag that was thrown on the play.
And there's a depending on the call, the Falcons are going to get the ball on the 25.
Procedure penalty against the Cougars. That penalty is declined. It's going to be Fort Campbell ball on the 25, 26 yard line of the Cougars. So Falcons are going to have tremendous field position. A fake punt was the attempt, but the Falcons were all over it. He was swarmed under. The punter was swarmed under as he tried to run left, and he was taken down. And so the Falcons declined the penalty, and now they line up on offense. So Levi Cruz comes out wide to the left. Looks like Keon White and Antonio Knott are out to the right. Carson McClellan next to Hayden Wise in the backfield. And Ethan McQuigg is the H-back. So this time it goes to Carson McClellan. And this time, unlike previous plays, C.G. Penny unable to bring him down, and Carson McClellan carries 2 Cougar defenders across the goal line, and that is a Fort Campbell Falcon touchdown. Tremendous run. Once he got past the line of scrimmage for once,
untouched,
then he is able to break tackles and juke players, and then in the last 5 yards, they try to grab him, and he just carries them into the end zone. So tremendous run by Carson McClellan for his second touchdown of the season.
Yeah, that ball was hiked, and he got to that second level untouched, and after that, he had that momentum, and he was going to get in that end zone.
They've tried that exact same play about 8 times already tonight, and every time C.G. Penny from the Cougars it's going to be a fake, and Hayden picks the ball up, and he is running wide, and he's going to make it to the pylon, and that's going to be a 2-point conversion. So the Falcons get back the extra point that they missed earlier.
They did,
in the game. And so that's going to make the score Fort Campbell 17 and Clarksville Academy 0. So great play by the Falcons.
Great play.
They're able to get that 2-point conversion to get the score back up to 17.
Clarksville Academy is getting this short roster showing right now. Some injuries, and we got to see if they can bounce back, because this change of quarterback did not do them any justice this last round.
You're right. That's exactly right. Like I was saying right before the 2-point conversion, that play that we tried about 8 times. Senior C.G. Penny, defender for Clarksville Academy, plays defensive end or upline back or whatever they call it, and he has come in untouched and just stopped McClellan
every play.
But that play, for whatever reason, he was able to get past and get it clean. And once he got past the line of scrimmage, then he was running through the secondary. So Carlos Hermosillo sits back now to kick off for the Falcons, and so there it comes. This time straight down the middle, so it has no chance of going out of bounds. And it is actually fielded. And and he breaks through the middle, and he's going to have to be tackled by Hermosillo, who slows him up. And so the Cougars are going to start with great field position.
Lucas Gal is
Fort
hurt.
Campbell 48, but the runner is down and waiting on treatment. They've blown a whistle to ask the trainer to come out and visit him. And so
Kevin, as
they actually have 2. They have 2 Cougars down. One back at the 26-yard line, and then the runner is down at the 49-yard line. And so the coach is out to check on one while the trainer checks on the other. Yeah. So we have 2 injuries on the field.
Yeah.
And they could not afford any more injuries.
No.
With as few players as they have.
And Kevin, as we sit here watching this injury timeout play out, I don't even see C.G. Penny on the sideline.
So maybe that's why that play was able to work, because he was coming unblocked through the line the whole time.
Yeah, I don't see number 5 out there at all.
You're right. I'm not seeing him, and I'm looking up and down the sideline to see if I can see where more players might be, but I don't see any. Yeah, we're looking for C.G. Penny, number 5. So we're not seeing him anywhere. So it looks like Lucas Gal and Cam Watson, who was already injured on a previous play, on a previous kickoff, and so he was injured again on this kickoff, and so he's not looking great as he comes off the field.
Both of them very slow.
Yeah. So it looks like the Cougars are going to be starting right from midfield. They've marked the ball at the 50 instead of at the 49 where he went down. But they've moved the ball to the 50-yard line. I guess some officiating crews like to do that just so that they start on a big yard line so that they always know where they are.
It's easier.
Okay. Yeah. Good on them. And so now the Cougars head out, and it looks like the replacement quarterback for Jaden White, who has gone down with an injury also, is freshman Jerome Willie.
Yeah, he's right here.
And so he continues to get the play from the coach. They have not yet blown the ready for play. The referee is actually watching the coach to see when to blow the ready for play. He's giving him plenty of time to get the play in before he even blows the ready for play. So now the clock is ticking, and the freshman is bringing in the play. I currently see 2 available Cougars now on the sideline, ready to go in case of injury.
3. Number 3 is right here.
So brought down immediately by Suapilamai.
This kid's having a game.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest. I think that Sam is just a little larger and a little stronger than
the
people
entire
he's
offensive
going up
line.
against.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
by this point in the game, I think it's probably wearing down. And I know I've said this before, and I'm going to keep saying it about so many of these kids that I know. Sam, one of the nicest kids you will ever meet in your life. He is just a tremendous kid. Love having him in class.
That's so good.
But he's also such a big, strong athlete. He's so big.
And he's in the backfield again.
He is. He brings down the ball carrier again, but they have blown a flag. It's another false start penalty. So that play never happened. And so it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and it's going to bring it back to, and it's going to repeat second down, but now it'll be second down and 20 from the 40-yard line. The clock is already wound, and so the clock is running. 7:46 to go in the third quarter. The Cougars gamely trying to work their way out of just a tough situation with so few players available. So
quarterback's
trying to make a move, but it looks like Kieran Pauley, playing that contain position, is able to shed his blocker and bring Wiley down in the backfield. So a loss of another 3 yards. So it's going to be third down and 23 for the Cougars from their own 37-yard line. I really appreciate Kieran wearing that pink sleeve on his arm.
We could point him out.
I can always know, right? I know exactly who it is at all times. I appreciate him. I wonder what's going on, because it looks like sometimes we have some of our players looking over at the few reserves and talking to the few reserves for the Cougars. I wonder if there's some talking going on.
Well, so this group of kids right here in the stands are talking to our players a lot.
I see. So the fans, the students from Clarksville Academy, are standing right up close and yelling at our players, and our players are gently reciprocating. So a broken play. The quarterback was able to get the ball to one of the offensive linemen who had been pushed back into the backfield, and he ran the ball to the left, gain of about 2 on the play. It's going to bring up fourth down and about 23. And so the Cougars back again to punt. And
high punt,
high kick, and so it looks like that was interesting. One of the Cougars who was down in coverage reached up while the ball was still in the air and touched it. And swatted it down. I don't think any of the officials saw it. Yeah. And Levi Cruz is pointing it out that he touched it. So the ball should be placed at the spot of first touching, which is about 5 yards further upfield. But it does not look like any of the officials marked the ball with a beanbag at the spot of first touching. So they're going to allow the ball to end up where it rolled to. So I think Levi did exactly the right thing and stayed away from it, knowing that we would have the ball further up, but they did not see it. And so the Falcons are going to start 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Hayden Wise is with a keeper. He's running through that C gap, and he heads to the sideline, and he's going to end up with a gain of about 17 yards. And it's going to be into time for another Fort Campbell first down.
Tackled by Lucas Gow. He had a great pursuit angle on that one.
Yeah, so he just runs. He just ran to the left of the tackle, and there was nobody there. The blocking was great, and he was able to just get outside the tackle and inside the kick out block by the receiver, and he had a lot of open space. So we have two receivers to the left, one out wide to the right, and there's Hayden with the ball again. This time he goes off tackle up the right side, and he is dragging. Carrying 3 Cougar defenders with him.
What a play.
He gains about 8 or 9 yards on
5
that play.
of them, he had somebody on him.
Yeah, he was running hard. He did not want to go down, so he was being strong. And so Hayden, well over 100 yards rushing now for the game. And it looks like we have a timeout being called. Charged to Fort Campbell. So we're going to take a step back with 4:38 to go in the third quarter on the Falcon Radio Network.
So we got Fort Campbell lined up right now with 2 to the left. And the ball's hiked. It is handed off to number 41.
That's Enrique Messercruz again.
And he
is running.
Hard.
He is loose in the secondary, and he finally goes down. He had to be tackled by 2 people. The first guy wasn't bringing him down. It took the second guy coming in.
And there are 2 Cougars down.
Oh, dear.
Play. Nope,
I don't see any flags on the play, but I do see 2 Cougars down. So we'll step away again. It's the Falcon Radio Network. So the player that was injured was the freshman Jerome Willie, and he was tended to, and he has stayed out on the field. They did not make him leave the field. And so the Falcons are back, 1st down and 10 after that big run by Enrique Messercruz. He gets the ball again. Flag on the play. They're going to call holding on the Falcons.
Another down Cougar.
Oh, man, another injured Cougar. Oh, there. So Sam's trying to help him up. Oh, no, he's got cramp. He's trying to – Sam performing the duties of a athletic trainer on the player. The coaches thank him for his service and move him off. But I am not shocked at all by what we just saw. So after the holding penalty, there's going to be a 10-yard penalty, and it's going to come back. It'll be 1st down again and about 20 yards. Why don't we just not go away this time? After all, we're having an injury after every play, it seems like. They never made that player come off. He's supposed to
No,
come
yeah,
off
he's supposed
for
to,
at least one play.
Ooh, we got an update. Mayfield 28-24 in the third quarter. Playing Christian County.
The new and improved Christian County High School this year,
brand new,
combined with Hopkinsville High School to make one giant mega school as a public school in Christian County. So the injured player, one of the linemen, he is walking off with his cramp.
Logan
and
Darnell.
He's on the sideline, so the Cougars return to the field. Falcons are ready with 2 receivers out wide to the right, 1 receiver to the left, 5 linemen, and eventually a 4th receiver. So now we have twins
we're
on
in a
both
spread,
sides,
yeah.
And an empty backfield for Hayden.
One-handed catch, pass
bubble screen to Levi, and
he's
what a move
circles
by Levi!
Holy cow!
He gets all the way in.
He quite literally ran a circle around through.
Oh my goodness!
For a 20-yard touchdown.
And there is another injured Cougar off the field at about the 7-yard line. Levi went left and right, and every time he would move with the ball, somebody else would fall down. He was able to weave through the entire secondary and score for the Falcons. So that's going to go as a passing touchdown for Hayden Wise on the little bubble screen. It went 0 yards in the air, but
got 20 on the ground.
So Levi was able to bring that in. So Hayden Wise now with a passing touchdown to go with his stats. So the score now 23-0 as the Falcons line up
just under 4
for the try.
4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
So Hermosillo out to attempt the try. The hold by Hayden Wise. And it's clean. And Carlos kicks it. And it is good. It somehow sneaks in the lower left corner and goes across the fence. So the score now, Fort Campbell 24 and Clarksville Academy 0. So you got to feel for Clarksville Academy. It's clear that they are feeling the effects of the injuries and the cramps and having not very many people to go in, not a lot of depth. And so they're really going through it to try to gut it out and finish this game.
It's definitely a next man up game here. But these players are, as soon as one goes down, someone pops up to go back in. So it's really awesome to see Clarksville Academy come together and try to finish this game.
I'll have to say, I also appreciate the fact that the players for the Falcons they're helping their opponents up after each play, and trying to help out. They're playing hard while the whistle's on, and when the whistle's off, showing tremendous sportsmanship.
Great sportsmanship, yeah.
Makes me proud to teach so many of these kids. They're being really good, and honestly, they're reflections of their coach.
Yeah,
because Coach Mitchell's that kind of guy too. The kind of guy who really cares about his players and cares about how his players do in school and making sure that they're where they're supposed to be and doing what they're supposed to be.
That's really good. Yeah.
So I just, I've got a lot of tremendous respect for Coach Mitchell. And so these players are showing that they are reflections of their coach. So a little pooch kick by Hermosillo. It lands at about the 30-yard line and it's fielded, and they get back to about the 34-yard line. So the Falcons, 32-yard line. And so the Cougars are going to take over at the 32. Looks like we do have an injury on the far side of the field, but this looks like one of the Falcons.
Yes, it is.
So the Cougars athletic trainer has run over to check on the Falcon player. Yeah, it looks like it may be Kieran Pauly with the pink sleeve on his arm. Hopefully that is not a serious injury, and he'll be back in soon so I can tell who he is. And for his own welfare. I don't mean to make light of that. But I think it was probably just a cramp. It looks like they've got his leg up, and they're working a cramp out. So hopefully he'll be fine pretty soon. This is probably a welcome respite for the Cougars, who probably need some time to breathe and and get their breath under them. Looks like they currently have two available players with their helmets on, ready to go in. If any of the 11 who are out there would need to be.
Yep, it was number 13, Kieran Pauley. He's up hobbling to the sideline.
Lucas Gow, who was injured earlier, and Cam Watson, who was injured earlier for the Cougars, they are back out on the field playing. And it looks like Kieran has gone off the field, and so the Falcons are now where they're supposed to be. They have not yet replaced Kieran out on the side, so they are down one player. They only have 10 on the field. And Falcons have quickly swarmed him. It looks like Darren Nansen, sophomore, and maybe Adrian Jessup, another sophomore. So it looks like maybe some of the starters are getting a rest right now. Nathan Phoebus still out there, but instead of Kieran Pauley, it looks like maybe Kalen Armerson, who's a freshman.
Enrique Messer Cruz is also in there.
That's right. Enrique Messer Cruz is out there at linebacker. Looks like they're back to a full strength at 11. They played that last play with only 10. And looks like the ball came out, but I think that the Cougars were able to recover it.
Oh.
No, it was recovered by Fort Campbell. So the Falcons run off, and they are ready to go on offense again. So there was a fumble on the play. I saw the umpire immediately throw down his beanbag to mark it. And so there was a fumble, and it looks like the Falcons immediately fell on it. There was a scrum. Couldn't see exactly what was going on, but they fell on it. So it's going to be Falcon ball
on
at the Cougar, 27-yard line?
Yeah, 27.
And so they're going to have great field position with 2:42 to go in the third quarter.
Falcons come out with two receivers on both sides in a stack.
They're stacked. I haven't seen this all year. So this is new. And it looks like Hayden's going to keep it. And he'll go down after a gain of about 4 or 5.
And coach is just trying to spread him out so he can run up the middle.
Yeah, so he had a nice little fake handoff, and then that was that Enrique that I think it was Enrique that he did the fake handoff with. Then Enrique went off and was his first blocker.
Here we go
and
again.
This time he hands it off to Enrique. Enrique sheds a couple of tacklers and then falls forward. He's going to be close to a Falcon first down. And it looks like they are calling it a first down right on the line. Ooh. So that's going to be –
He rolled over the defender's back to get that first down.
That's right. So it's going to be 1st and 10, and it looks like there is a Cougar. Oh, he's getting up, so everything's fine. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from about the 16-yard line. Once again,
coach is pushing these receivers out here even further. They're on the numbers.
They are stacked. So Keon White and Levi Cruz are stacked, line and behind. And then on the far side, it looks like Antonio Knott is behind whoever. I can't see who that is. So they are stacked far out wide. There's a snap over Hayden Wise's head, and he's going to pick it up. And then he's going to run, and he's going to be swarmed back at the 38-yard line. So bad snap that goes 6 feet over Hayden's head.
Almost 20-yard loss. Maybe it might be a 20-yard loss.
Oh, and one of the players who tackled Hayden is slow getting up. And so the coach takes one of the reserves out and puts him on the field and tells the other player to come out. So here he comes. Uh-oh. So this time Hayden keeps it, and he does a nice little move, cuts it back up the middle. He is running up the middle, and he is brought down at the 15-yard line.
He gained all those yards back.
He gained a whole. Yeah, that's right. He's back to the original line of scrimmage. So
Kevin, I seen something on that play. They had that stack out here on this left side, and number 62 from Clarksville Academy came out. Micah Thompson came out to be a cornerback from the defensive end position. he is out here again. I guess he's preparing for the bubble screen because he is playing right up, pressing on number 2, Keon White.
So 3rd down and 8, and there's an encroachment penalty. The left defensive end jumps into the neutral zone, and so they're going to lose. They're going to lose. Gain. The Falcons are going to gain about another 5 yards, so it's not going to go down to be 3rd down and 3, and so manageable 3rd down. But that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter now, and so the Falcons will head to the sideline, up 24-0 on the Clarksville Academy Cougars. We'll be back on the Falcon Radio Network. Back for the 4th quarter now. The Falcons are coming out. It'll be 3rd down and 3, deep in Cougar territory from about the 9 or 10 yard line. They need to get to about the 6 yard line, maybe 7 yard line for a 1st down.
They just blew the ready whistle, and Clarksville Academy has 4 players on the field.
Yeah, I don't think Clarksville Academy players realized that they needed to be on the other end of the field. So they're running about 80 yards to get in position. So the referee kindly allowing them to get into position before he blows the ready for play. And there it is. So the 25-second clock starts moving, and Hayden Wise ready in the backfield. Hands it off.
Enrique Messer Cruz up the middle.
Enrique Messer Cruz. And I think he is
scores.
in for the touchdown. So a great run by Enrique, carrying a couple of defenders there at the end, plows him over. And so that's going to make the score Fort Campbell 30 and Clarksville Academy 0.
And Kevin, that's 5 rushes for about 42 yards for Enrique Messer Cruz, and he has that 1 touchdown. So what a great game.
42 yards and a touchdown for Enrique Messer Cruz. Pressed into duty because of the injury to Carday Smith. And Enrique, as a freshman running back, is able to come in, and he's providing valuable minutes for the Falcons, giving Carson McClellan a chance to rest on the sideline. Now Carlos Hermosillo out to and busted play. Wise is brought down as there was a bumbled snap. And so the try for point, not good. And so 30-0, the score, Fort Campbell over Clarksville Academy. The clock was running during that try for point. And so we'll see if they put any time back on the clock or if we're going to just sort of let it go at 30-0. I vote for the latter.
100%.
Hayden Wise with a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown. And what's his yardage total?
He has 10 rushes for 145 yards.
145 yards for Hayden Wise. Having himself a night.
He is.
So he's doing great. He has typically, for the Falcons, he's typically just been a linebacker in previous 3 years and hasn't played on offense, but we lost so many players. And so, senior leadership is such that you take on new roles.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so he gets pressed into a role on offense that he's never had before. And
he's shining.
He was one of the running backs last week and then has to step in because of a thumb injury to Isaiah Messer Cruz, the quarterback. He has to step in and be a quarterback this week. and he making the most of that opportunity. He's got 145 yards rushing and a passing touchdown. And all anybody's going to remember is that it was a passing touchdown. It doesn't matter that it was out to the flat for 0 yards in the air. That does not matter.
No, not at all.
And Levi Cruz having himself a great game also, especially on defense. I mean, we haven't called his name a lot, but on defense, he has just been a sure tackler. So there's the kick. Hermosillo kicks it. It's fielded at the 8. And it's brought out by Cam Watson. And he's going to go down at about the 19, which means they'll probably put it in play at the 20. And that's where the Cougars will take over with their first possession of the fourth quarter. Clock is running, 10:42 to go in the fourth quarter. And sure enough, the ball placed right on the 20-yard line. There is a player running in that I have not seen before, number 52. I wonder if this is the first time they have ever played, because I don't see them even on the roster.
Yeah. Unless he's one of the X's down here.
Yeah. So the quarterback second half has been Jerome Wiley, freshman for the Cougars. After the injury at the end of the first half to Jaden White. They continue to run out of that same 3 running back formation.
Ball's down. Oh, quarterback gets his own fumble back.
Yep. I think that he was going to hand it off, but the Falcons were already on him.
Yep.
And so they disrupted his attempted handoff, and the ball came out of his hand. All he could do was just fall on it. So it's a loss of 4, and it's going to be second down and 14.
Looks like we have a whole new D-line in there.
Yeah, it does. Let's call it. Let's see. Dominic Ramirez, a freshman, he's in.
Mason Galloway.
Mason Galloway, also a freshman, he's in.
Ashton Newingham. And I don't see number 51 on the roster.
Yeah, Dominic Ramirez. Yeah, he's down at the bottom of the other column. And this is going to be Ashton Newingham with the tackle in the backfield. So they're going to back up another 3 or 4 yards. So they're going to be pushed back to the 13-yard line. And I got to be honest, I think that's what's happened is that several of their starting offensive linemen have been injured. And so they have the people that they have in there playing, I think, are not intended to, they're not the starting offensive linemen. And so it just looks like we just have way more size than what their offensive line can handle.
And that clock has not stopped. So you're right. It looks like we're just going to. It's like a loss of 2.
Looks like about a loss of 2. And their Falcons are saying that they have the ball, and the referee agrees.
He does.
He's going to signal that the Falcons recovered a fumble in the backfield. And so the Falcons are going to take over 1st and 10. And it looks like they're going to be right on the 10-yard line.
Fumble on the play recovered by the Falcons.
So I think it's going to be 1st and goal for the Falcons at the 10 with 7:47 to go in the fourth quarter and the clock still running. I don't think that the clock is going to stop running for the rest of the quarter.
Looks like they're missing somebody. The players on the field are jumping up and down. They're missing a lineman.
Yeah, my guess is that because they have made so many wholesale changes that they didn't know exactly who's going to play where. So Sam Suapilumai thought his night was done, comes in, and he pulls. Hayden runs into the space that Sam vacated where there are no blockers. Sam was pulling to the right. Hayden ran right to the left, and it was Hayden versus 4 black jerseys.
Oh, absolutely.
So, but he was able to gain about 3 yards or so. So it's going to be second down and about 7. Second down and goal from the 7. Carson McClellan back in at running back after Enrique Messer-Cruz.
Bobble snap.
And so Carson gets the snap and gets the handoff. and he gets about 2 yards or so. Looks like they're going to be 3rd and goal at the 5. And so some of the starters are now being pulled out by some replacements who are coming into the game.
They still have number 62, Micah Thompson, who has been a D end all game, playing at the cornerback position. He's came in and made those 2 plays from the cornerback position.
There's a handoff to McClellan up the middle, and it looks like he is hit from behind and falls forward into the end zone.
Yep.
So a 5-yard touchdown run for Carson McClellan.
He was hit by Micah Thompson into the end zone.
Into the end zone, that's right. Yeah, he got to about the 2-yard line before he was touched, and then there were a couple of people on him. We were going to see what was going to happen. Then he got hit from behind, and it knocked him forward. Momentum carried him into the end zone. So Carlos Hermosillo out to kick the try for point. We'll see. We had a bobbled snap on the last try, so we'll see if the Falcons can handle this one. Nope. Went right through Hayden's hands. Hermosillo picks it up and is going to be tackled in the backfield. So the try is unsuccessful. That was a good snap. I think it went right through Hayden's hands.
It was a laser.
And it went through his hands and went to Carlos, who didn't have anything he could do with it. So the score now 36-0 with 5:43 to go in the 4th quarter. And I'm assuming that the clock is only stopped while we get set for the kickoff, and then they'll start running the clock again. My guess is they're not going to take Hayden out. You know, Hayden's already the backup quarterback.
Absolutely, yeah.
So he's already a backup playing tonight. And so we'll see if for the rest of the game we see some more freshmen, some more sophomores.
Absolutely, yeah. But getting these reps for Hayden has been nothing but boosts his confidence, especially not knowing how long Messer Cruz is out. So I think this would be good for him.
That's right. Local football scores: Springfield up on Clarksville High School, 21-3.
Kirkwood has beaten Rossview 14-0.
And Mayfield beating the new combined Christian County High School. So Hermosillo ready to kick off, and now the Cougars have 11 players. They needed to have an 11th player out there. They're ready to go now. So Hermosillo ready to kick off.
Booming
kick. Oh. Lands at about the 10-yard line. It's fielded by Cam Watson. He's going to come up the sideline, and he's going to be swarmed at about the 20-yard line again. And so the Cougars will take possession at the 20-yard line. Watson brought down by Antonio Knott and others. So let's take notice of exactly which players we have in for the Falcons. So Levi Cruz still out there at linebacker / safety. Brody Dunn, a junior, out at a safety position. Brandon Murray, a freshman, at the other safety.
Kalen Amerson out here at cornerback.
Yep. And so he's playing corner, and looks like Ethan McQuigg and Enrique Messer Cruz are the other linebackers. So several freshmen in, and so Jeriel Aldridge on the defensive line, a freshman, and he had a great takedown of the quarterback after the quarterback had already handed the ball off.
Yeah.
So no gain on the play. The other Falcons clean up the rush at the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it looks like tempers might be flaring too out there on the field after that play. There's a little extracurricular activity from Clarksville Academy, so let's see if they can keep their tempers for the last 4 minutes.
Ethan McQuigg taken off and replaced by sophomore Prince Cotio. Looks like maybe his first action of the night.
Well, there was a delay, but they just let him run it.
So Enrique Messer Cruz and about 4 other players bring the ball carrier down for a loss of about 5 yards or so.
Loss of 3 on the play. Third down for the Cougars.
They're going to call it a loss of 3, which is going to make it 3rd down and 13. So due
I
to
don't even see
injuries, it looks like
he's not on here.
they've had to press a couple of other people that typically don't play into running back. So the up back gets it, and he is brought down at about the 21-yard line. Number 54, we do not have who that player is. We had several players on their roster with XX in place of the numbers. So we don't know who this player is. We don't know their name, but had the carry. So it's going to be 4th down and 9. And so the punter is back on to punt. And there seems to be confusion about who's going to be fielding the punt. Now the Falcons are set. They have 11 on the field. Brody Dunn is back to receive the punt. And no rush. And so the punt comes. Brody Dunn touches the ball. And for some reason or other, no one's – oh, and he picks it up finally, and he's running to the left. I think he's going to go for a touchdown.
What a busted play. But
it was a totally busted play. Brody Dunn, he muffs the catch, and the ball just sort of rolls forward about 5 or 6 yards. His up back did not notice the ball, and Brody himself didn't go after it, maybe thinking that it would be dead or something, but he had touched it. But then he realizes what's happened. He picks it up, and by the time the Cougars realize what's happened, he has already picked it up, and he is gone. And so Brody Dunn scores a touchdown for the Falcons, and the score now 42-0.
Just under 2 minutes to go in this 4th quarter. See if Fort Campbell can get a clean hike and hold on this play.
I just have tremendous respect for the players and the coaches for the Cougars as they keep playing and try to finish this game. Just the most difficult of circumstances to have nobody available, no depth, and they're still out there battling and just down to overmatched players. But it is they're showing real heart and grit as they deal with this tough situation.
Yeah, they really are. They're coming out here every play battling, and it's amazing to see.
So it's a muffed play again. So
wow.
Hayden Wise muffs the snap again and is being tackled. And as he's being tackled, he throws the ball
to Levi
Cruz, who is then able to run the ball in for the 2-point try. And so
44-0.
So the Falcons' 2-point try is successful. It's now 44-0. The clock is running, and there's less than a minute to go. We're at 50 seconds to go in the game. So we'll see if there's even a kickoff. They may allow that to be the final play of the game as the clock runs. Yeah, it looks like so. We're getting down to 30 seconds, and so even the ready for play signal would now not even run out. The Falcons are running out like they want to kick the ball off for some reason.
It looks like the referee made him come out there.
Not really sure why. So I think the official is telling Carlos, just hold on, you don't need to kick this ball. And so he's now picking up the tee. And so the clock is going to run out in about 4 seconds, and that's going to be the end of the game. So the Falcons with a big win, 44-0, almost exactly the same margin of victory that the Cougars had last year at Fort Campbell. And so last year they lose 45-0. This year they win 44-0. against a team that's undermanned, underpowered,
Absolutely.
but never stopped fighting. And
No. Clarksville Academy, they
Yeah.
showed so much heart out there today.
yeah, a lot of heart. They're all limping out there as they deal with various injuries, knowing that there's just nobody else to play, and so they just keep on playing. So hats off to the Cougars and their coaching staff, and hats off to the Falcons for their first win of the season. And so they even their record at 1-1, and so congratulations to all of the Falcons. We're going to take a quick break just for about 1 minute, and we'll come back and we'll give you some of the final stats of the game. We'll be right back on the Falcon Radio Network. So we're back to wrap up everything here at Clarksville Academy. The Falcons winners 44-0, and the Falcons came into this game already shorthanded a little bit.
Yeah.
Several starters unable to go. Carday Smith and Isaiah Messer-Cruz, the quarterback, unable to go, and so they were already behind the 8 ball a little bit.
They really were.
Yeah. While it was a close first quarter, they were able to get momentum, and man, Hayden Wise did a great job backing up Isaiah at the quarterback position tonight and taking every snap when he caught the snaps. There were a couple. The first series was a little bit tough, unable to field a couple of snaps, but he settled down.
He did.
Had some issues as the holder. Typically, I think Isaiah's the holder. I think that was another role that Hayden was pressed into that he had never done before, holding for place kicks and stuff like that. So obviously some things to work on. But on on the whole, running the offense, did a great job. When he got a chance to run the ball, he ran hard,
He
ran
did.
with violence and physicality. So did a really good job.
Yeah, Hayden Wise really came out and showed up for the team today. For the first one of the season, it was great to see the team stick together. Even when things may not have went their way, they stuck together and coach stuck to his guns, and they really, 44-0 tells it all.
That's right. Enrique Messer Cruz, Isaiah's brother, freshman, comes in also. So Carson McClellan started at running back, and then in the second half especially, he and Enrique traded series. And so Enrique made the most of his.
He did. His opportunity, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, he came out on the field, and at one point he was 4 for 32, and then he went 5 for 42 for the 5 rushes for 42 yards. So he really showed out in his opportunity. So I'm excited to see the final stats on him as well.
That's right. On defense, the defense for the Falcons, just outstanding. Let's be honest, they overmatched their opponent.
Yeah.
Especially once the middle of the second quarter and on. Once near the end of the first quarter, Coach Mitchell made that change and started
crowding the box.
Yeah. The Cougars were never in anything except that wing T formation
the whole game,
where they just had three players lined up as running backs, and you just never knew exactly where it was going to be. So we've got the stats. Donnie Caver has finished calculating all of the stats. So for Fort Campbell, 25 rushes for 211 yards.
Wow.
And Hayden Wise with 148 of those 211 rushing yards. So great job by Hayden. 11 rushes for 148 and a rushing touchdown. Carson McClellan with 7 rushes for 30 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Enrique Messer Cruz with 5 rushes for 42 yards and a rushing touchdown. Levi Cruz had 1 rush for 12 yards. I really wish that we could have said Antonio Knott had 1 rush for 80 yards.
Oh, yeah. And that first play
75 yards, but it was called back by a holding penalty. Levi Cruz also had a receiving touchdown for 23 yards. It was a quick little out, and then he just takes it circling through the defense.
Yeah, a Madden-esque play.
That's exactly right. And yeah, he was hitting some left, up jump, and so he's moving around and leaving defenders in his wake. So he had a passing touchdown or a receiving touchdown, and then
Clarksville Academy had 36 rushes for -17 yards.
-17 net yards.
Wow.
So you combine the offense. Let's be honest. In the fourth quarter, they gained no yards.
Absolutely,
Every single play was a negative play.
Yep.
They had 6 passing yards for the game. That was what they had at the half.
Mm-hmm.
And so the new quarterback that had to come in, the freshman, after the senior quarterback, Jaden White, went down with an injury at the very end of the first half. And so the freshman quarterback,
Jerome Willie,
was unable. They didn't even ask him to throw a pass, which is probably wise. So they end up with -11 yards for the game net after all of that. So all in all, a great win for Fort Campbell to even their record at 1-1. Next week on September the 4th,
Army Bowl,
Fort Knox comes to town, and we're going to be looking forward to that. Always the biggest game of the year for the Falcons. And at halftime of that game, we will recognize all of the fall sports for Fort Campbell. So both soccer teams, the volleyball teams, golf, cross country, all of them will receive some recognition at halftime. So we hope that you will not fail to miss that. I hope everybody is at that game at Friar Stadium on post next Friday night. So for Jordan Goodman, Johnny Caver, statistician for 42 years at Fort Campbell, I'm Kevin Lady. Thank you for listening on the Falcon Radio Network.